This is Jenna Smith, and I'll be introducing Brick 4 of the 4E project. In Brick 4, we cover the behavioral objective and the learning objective. In other words, the goal of what the learner will be tasked to complete and how it will be completed. We have selected the behavioral objective of TEKS number 21, subcategory B. TEKS stands for the Texas Essential Knowledge and Skills. The TEKS is the official curriculum for the state of Texas for grades kindergarten through 12. Specifically, we focus on the goal that the learner will be able to learn oral and written rules and to learn correct spelling. Students are expected to use spelling patterns and rules through print and electronic resources to determine the correct spellings. As previously mentioned in our presentation, our intended learner is a 6th grade English language learner who is being held to the same standards and expectation of the rest of his class. The student will use electronic resources of the iPad and its applications as he obtains his learning objective. We have applied Bandera's social learning theory to the learning objective process. Bandera's social learning theory is based on the idea that people learn by observation of 3 types of demonstrations. The 3 types of demonstrations are live model, verbal instruction, and symbolism. The demonstration of live model is based on the idea that people learn by watching live examples. In other words, people mimic what they see other people do. The demonstration of verbal instruction is based on the idea that people learn what they are told to do. This can be seen in the classroom type of setting where a lecture is being presented. The third demonstration is by symbolism, which is learning by utilization of media, such as television, movies, internet usage, and audio, among other media. Again, we have selected the media of iPad and its application as the electronic resource utilized in our project. Additionally, Bandera reasons that the learning occurs in a series of steps. These steps are attention, retention, reproduction, and motivation. In step 1, which is attention, a person must pay attention to what's being taught in order for the learning process to begin. In step 2, which is retention, a person must be able to recall details and/or specifics in order to learn about the subject or process. In step 3, which is reproduction, a person must be able to practice and replicate during the learning process. And in step 4, which is motivation, there must be a reason or a motivating factor which gives the person initiative in the learning process. The learning objective for the 4E project is the students will learn a list of 20 high-frequency vocabulary terms through the combination of verbal instruction in the classroom and the utilization of working with iPads within a month time frame. We have applied Bandera's learning theory in designated steps in the 4E project. In step 1, which is attention, the classroom instruction will contain learning activities and will gain and retain the attention of the students. The students will participate in various activities, including hands-on learning through the use of flashcards, games, scavenger hunts, and other contributions to the word wall exercises. Additionally, when the student utilizes the electronic media, which is the device and application, it should be interesting enough to gain and retain the attention of the student. The student must pay attention to the application in the time frame that is reasonably long enough for the observational learning process to begin. In step 2, which is retention, the students must be able to recall the instruction or activity working on the device and in the application. In step 3, which is reproduction, the students must be able to practice and replicate the knowledge of learning the different words. And finally, in step 4, which is motivation, the student's motivation is potentially twofold. Their first motivating factor is the knowledge of the family's dependency on their learned knowledge for interpretation assistance. Additionally, the student is motivated to learn English to personally acclimate to school and social environments within the United States. This concludes Brick 4, which has covered behavioral objective and learning objective of the 4E project.